people sitting on the floor, you know, talking, and they had newspaper clippings, you know, and I'm thinking they got bad charges anyway. I don't know if they did or not, but I told them that they did. Called them some B words, P words, all this, you know, punks, this and that.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a...
Alright, hello everybody. This video that I've tried doing a couple times. Once it got messed up, second time it got taken down by YouTube, so I'm going to try this again. Some of the places you may have to read between the lines. But when I was in Farmington Correctional Center, they put me in a wing that had mostly what in prison we would call assault people. I don't know how so many ended up in the same wing. There's only a few good, solid people in there. My partner from Jeff City, MSP, he gets down there. They put him in the same wing. Well, they put him in a different wing, and then I got him moved over into my wing and in the cell with me. One day, he and I were walking around, and this caseworker comes in. And there was this guy by the name of Casey. I can't remember his last name. But in a loud voice, he calls out for him. And he goes over there, and it's still talking in a loud voice so that we all could hear. He tells this guy, "Tired of you writing all these snitch kites. You've written 30 in almost a month's time. Write one more and I'm taking you to the hole. You're making stuff up." So Kevin says, 30 in a month? He goes, man. And so Kevin kind of walks over towards him, and I'm kind of following him. And Kevin asked him, said, "Did you really do that? You writing snitch kites on us?" He goes, "No, he's lying. He's just trying to get you guys to hate me." Kevin says something about, you know, what are you in here for? You know, because I can't see you doing nothing serious. He said, "I'm in here for murder." And I start laughing, and I was, come on, Kevin, man, you know, dude ain't done nothing, you know. As I'm walking away, Kevin says something to him, but I don't hear what it is. The guy says, you got to understand, I was a babysitter, and the baby was annoying me. Now I want you guys to imagine picking up something fragile and throwing it out the window, because that's what this guy did. And I stopped and said, I know I did not hear that. So I head back and I said, "You did what?" Kevin grabs me. He said, "Come on, man, just leave him alone, man. I don't want you getting any more time because of this dude, you know." Well, we start walking laps in the wing, pod, whatever you want to call it, day room. He goes and sits down with a bunch of guys. Now, one of these guys was an alright guy. The rest of them I'm not sure about. But I'm still mad, and I'm getting mad. You know, I said, "Hey, you guys know what he's in here for? Tell him what you're in here for." And I said, "You know, and plus you just heard what the caseworker said." Just keep walking laps. They keep playing cards with me. I am hot. I am mad. Then the guy, the Casey guy, gets up, comes over to where I'm at, said, "I just want you to know that the baby would not stop crying. That's why I did what I did." And I grabbed him. Kevin had said something like, you know, get him or something, you know. As he's turned to walk away, I grabbed him from behind And I mean, I just lost it, you know. And I just lost it, and wasn't hearing anything. And Kevin and some of the other guys stood up so that it was kind of blocking away from the guards looking in and seeing. Finally, I don't know how, but Kevin got me to stop. I don't know how, but he got me to stop. And I stopped, and the guy kind of fell to the floor. Kevin leads me away. Says, man, go back in the cell, man. Just for a little while. I said, no. And so we continued walking. He said, man, I don't want you getting another case, man, you know. Bad enough that we may not get out anyway, you know. I'm steaming, man. I can't tell you guys how mad I was. It ends up, well, the guy first comes over to Kevin. And Kevin sees him coming and walks away from me, tells me to stay back. And he tells this guy, man, you're in a bad situation, man. Why you keep coming over here? He says, I just want to thank you for saving me. He goes, I didn't save you to be saving you. I'm trying to save my partner from getting more time. So, it was a couple of days later, the dude went to PC. Sometime later, a few months later, I told you this wing had mostly saw people in, and they wouldn't stick up for themselves, they cry babies, cry about this and that. This guy had loaned his stinger to a guy. And he was standing out there talking to Kevin, telling Kevin that the guy would not give his stinger back. I walked up to Kevin. I'm not really caring about this guy, you know. I walked up to Kevin and said, hey man, am I interrupting something? Kevin said, no, you know. That's the way you do when two people are talking. You kind of stay away and say, hey, from a little distance, and then you ask if it's okay, you know. So I walk on up there and talking to Kevin, and Kevin's laughing. He won't, I mean, not like out loud, but he's just shaking his head and laughing. I said, man, what do you find so funny? I can't even remember this guy's name. That's how irrelevant he was to me. But he said, tell Harvey what's going on. And the guy says, I loaned my stinger to, I think the guy's name is Leroy or something like that. And he won't give it back. I said, well, you have to make him give it back, you know. And he goes, go take your stuff back. And he says, can you go ask him for me? I said, no, it's not my job. So I told Kevin, I said, I'm out here, I'm going to walk laps. So I'm walking, Kevin's still talking to the dude. And every time I go by, I hear him talking about this. And I'm thinking, man. So on one of my laps, now every hour they would pop the doors, you know, before you come out. This guy was locked in his cell, and you could, between the hours, you can have your cell door open, you know, not wide open, but just unlocked so that you can go in and out. He had his closed. And this dude was a pretty solid dude, and so I thought, man, I'll ask him for him. So I said, hey, Leroy, man, you gonna give dude his stinger back? And I just kind of chuckled, right? The dude snapped on me. Said, I'll give it back when I feel like giving it back. I said, dude, I'm not the one to be snapping on, dude. I said, these doors pop. I said, you keep your door open. And he didn't say nothing, you know. So I'm walking around. I said, now you got me I walked by that guy talking to Kevin. I said, now you got me into it with this dude because you're too scared to go ask for it yourself. So me and this dude's about to go at it. Well, when I popped the doors, he held his door shut, the dude that I was told you, you know. And I said, man, you soft ass MFers. I said, I just started yelling out loud. Every one of you guys. Some people went and locked down the real soft ones. And I'm walking around, there's people sitting on the floor, you know, talking, and they had newspaper clippings, you know, and I'm thinking they got bad charges anyway. I don't know if they did or not, but I told them that they did. Called them some B words, P words, all this, you know, punks, this and that. Went right, and people started locking them down. A couple did come out, but they just came up to me and said, hey, Harv, what's going on, man? And so I told them. They knew I wasn't mad at them. And if I was, they would be willing to fight, you know. They wasn't afraid to. And I said, man, I'm tired of this wing. I said, how did they get so many soft-ass people in one wing? I don't know. He goes, well, they're all friends, you know. And this one guy was telling me, they're all friends, man. So a few of them get in here, and then they get their buddies moved in here. I said, we got to get out of this wing. Anyway, for like 10 minutes I went on, you know, challenging people and stuff. Next day, I get called to the caseworker's office. I go to the caseworker's office, and the sergeant and the caseworker's in there. They said, Seidel, we got 17 statements written against you. I said, what? And the sergeant's kind of laughing. He goes, yeah, 17 statements. They all pretty much say the same thing, so I don't think they're lying. I said, you count went off on everybody in the wing last night. And I said, I did. I'm not gonna lie about that. I did. Soft ass dudes, you know, rats, snitches, you know. Some of them may have messed up cases. I said, all crybabies. And so the caseworker started going off on me. You know, saying, man, you know, you're in here too. You know, you're a criminal too. You know, you ain't no different than them. I said, yes, I am different than them. And the sergeant kind of stepped in and said, look, Seidel, I know where you came from, you know, and I know how you think, you know, you're thinking old school and stuff, you know. How about, and he goes, I know you and your cellie are real good, you're tight, you're good partners and stuff. How about I'm going to move you and your cellie to another wing? Would that settle the problem? I said, yeah, if there ain't a bunch of people like in this wing. So they moved me and Kevin to another wing. And but that wing I was in, man, it was horrible, man. There was more than one. The stories I just told you, there was more than one. Then, you know, there was another one where a guy slept on the floor. He was running from me. He slipped by the shower. There's a wet floor, and he slipped and fell. And Kevin's pulling me back, and I was telling Kevin, let's finish him off. But Kevin saved me on a couple different things. And even when I got into it with COs and sergeants, he's calmed me down, you know. So I really appreciate that from him. But I wanted to tell these couple stories, and hopefully no problems this time, and hopefully YouTube is fine with it. And you guys leave a comment, tell me what you think about my actions and my attitude at that time, you know. Now, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
We are dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. Search we are.